to heart. BTS's Taehyung's words that changed everything for Jungkook. The relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook has always been one of the most exciting for ARMY. The two have been together since their trainee days, growing up as group mates, best friends, you could even say brothers. However, behind their moments of jokes and togetherness, there are moments in which words spoken with sincerity can bring great changes in a person's life. Recently, a very emotional moment occurred between Taehyung and Jungkook. A deep conversation that took place between them left Jungkook speechless and brooding. Taehyung's words were not just ordinary phrases, but had such a deep meaning that they changed the way Jungkook saw many things in his life. This story begins from their unplanned moment of togetherness. In the midst of the rush and challenges of conscription, there was a time when Taehyung and Jungkook had a chance to have a heart-to-heart talk. In a calm and sincere atmosphere, Taehyung began to speak in a soft voice, conveying something that he had long suppressed. "Jungkook, you know what? You don't always have to be perfect. You don't always have to be strong," Taehyung said in a serious tone. These words instantly made Jungkook speechless. Since his debut, Jungkook has been known as a perfectionist. He always tries to give his best, not only for himself, but also for BTS and ARMY. However, behind his hard work, there is a huge burden that he has been carrying alone. Taehyung realizes that Jungkook often covers his fatigue with a smile, pretending to be unencumbered, even though he actually needs a place to lean. As the magne of BTS, Jungkook often feels responsible for constantly evolving and proving himself. He grew up in the shadow of his Hyung, who had experienced various obstacles in the music industry. However, over time, Jungkook became not only the little brother in the group, but also an artist who stood out in his own way. Nevertheless, the pressure to continue to be the best sometimes makes him forget that he is also an ordinary human being. She often demands to be perfect in everything, in singing, dancing, even in her personal life. Upon hearing Taehyung say that he doesn't always have to be strong, Jungkook feels that something has changed in him. For the first time in a long time, he felt that there was someone who truly understood him, not just as an idol, but as a human being who could also feel tired and fragile. This conversation became a very emotional moment for Jungkook. He realized that during this time, there were many things that he put up with himself because he did not want to disappoint others. However, through Taehyung's words, he understands that it's okay to feel tired. It's okay to admit that he needs time for himself. Taehyung also added, "We, your Hyung, are always here. You don't have to deal with everything alone." Hearing this, Jungkook felt the weight in his heart diminish a little. He smiled, and for the first time in a while, he felt completely calmed. Taehyung's words are not just a piece of advice, but a reminder that in the midst of their long journey as BTS, the friendship they have is far more valuable than the demands of perfection. When the story of this conversation spread, many soldiers were touched. They have known for a long time that Jungkook is someone who always tries to give his best, but not many realize that behind it all, there is a burden that he carries himself. ARMY also increasingly appreciates the friendship between Taehyung and Jungkook. Their relationship is not just limited to group mates, but more like a family. Their friendship means a lot. Jungkook is really lucky to have Taehyung always watching over him. A fan wrote on social media, "It's a reminder to all of us that it's okay to feel tired. Jungkook deserves all the love and support," another ARMY commented. Not a few fans also hope that Jungkook can be more open about his feelings and not always keep everything to himself. Taehyung's words have paved the way for Jungkook to better accept himself for who he is. From the moment the heart-to-heart conversation took place, changes in Jungkook began to show. She becomes more open about her feelings, more relaxed about her day-to-day life, and most importantly, she begins to understand that she doesn't always have to look perfect in the eyes of the world, even in interactions with the ARMY. Jungkook is now more honest in expressing his thoughts. If before he tended to cover his fatigue or stress with laughter and jokes, now he does not hesitate to share that he is also a human being with limits. This not only brought him closer to the fans, but also showed that there is strength in accepting oneself with all its shortcomings. Meanwhile, Taehyung stays by his side, making sure that Jungkook doesn't return to shoulder everything alone. Between them, not many words need to be said because they already understand each other only by each other's gaze and presence. The friendship between Taehyung and Jungkook is also a reflection of the relationship between other BTS members. They have gone through so much together, from a difficult time as trainees to becoming the largest group in the world. Each member has their own role in supporting each other, and this story of Jungkook and Taehyung is just one of many moments that show how strong their bond is. For ARMY, seeing genuine interactions like this is the reason why they continue to love BTS. Not only because of their amazing music or stage performances, but also because the relationship they build with each other feels so real and inspiring. Not a few fans expressed hope that Jungkook would continue to find happiness without the pressure to always be the best. They want him to feel good about himself and understand that he is enough, no matter what happens. If there is one thing that can be taken away from this moment, it is the power of words spoken with sincerity. Sometimes, a person just needs to hear that they are not alone, that there are people who understand them, and that they have the right to feel tired without having to feel guilty. Taehyung has given those words to Jungkook, and in the process, he has also given something valuable to ARMY, a reminder that we are all human beings who don't always have to be perfect. Now, with this new understanding, Jungkook steps forward with a lighter heart. And with Taehyung and the rest of BTS by his side, he knows that no matter what happens, he will never be truly alone. Since then, many soldiers have increasingly noticed small changes in Jungkook's attitude. They see her smile more often in a different way, no longer just a smile that she shows to calm her fans, but a smile that comes from the sincerity of her heart. On several occasions, Jungkook was also seen more relaxed in talking to ARMY on platforms like Weverse. If before he often avoided questions about the stress or pressure he felt, now he is more open. He began to admit that sometimes he also felt tired, that there were days when he didn't know what to do, but he felt better knowing that he was surrounded by people who cared about him after his emotional conversation with Taehyung. The other BTS members also seemed to support Jungkook. Suga, who is known for giving wise advice, reportedly spoke to Jungkook about the importance of maintaining a balance between working hard and resting. Jimin, who has always had a close relationship with Jungkook, is also seen around him more often when they are together. Jimin is known to be very sensitive to the feelings of others, and he always makes sure that Jungkook knows that he can rely on him at any time. Even RM, who often acts as the leader between them, took the time to talk privately with Jungkook, reminding him that BTS is not only a music group, but also a family that will always be there for him. When ARMY heard about the support given by Taehyung and other BTS members to Jungkook, many were moved. They realized that behind the glitter of the entertainment world, BTS members are still human beings who support each other in their life journey. Social media was filled with messages of support for Jungkook. Many soldiers shared their personal stories, saying that they too had felt overwhelmed by other people's expectations, and Taehyung's words reminded them that it's okay to feel tired. There are even special hashtags created by fans to show their love for Jungkook. They want to make sure that he knows that they not only love him for his talent and dedication, but also for himself. With this new awareness, Jungkook seems to be starting to live life in a more balanced way.